Christian Geek Central is doing Extra Life again this year to raise funds for children in urgent need of medical care. You can help us out and get some fun rewards at the same time. Stick around after the video for more details. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. We've got a ton going on here at Spirit Blade Productions and Christian Geek Central, including our in-depth Bible study for geeks, movie, game, and other entertainment reviews or commentary, live streams, Christian geek news, original audio dramas, and tons more. And on top of all that, you can become a Spirit Blade insider with an influential voice and get access to exclusive content and rewards. It's your involvement as a patron that will keep all of this going and growing, so I want to thank you for your consideration in that. For more information, please check out our Patreon page through the link below at patreon.com/spiritbladeproductions. Thanks for listening. I do not understand what I do, but for what I want I do, Chesed, son of Shalom, Ahiez, or Pedazur. That really means something, doesn't it? So chapter 4, verses 10 through 19 now in the ESV reads, "Hear, my son, and accept my words." Boy, he's saying that a lot. "Hear, my son, and accept my words, that the years of your life may be many. I have taught you the way of wisdom. I have led you in the paths of uprightness. When you walk, your step will not be hampered, and if you run, you will not stumble. Keep hold of instruction. Do not let go. Guard her, for she is your life. Do not enter the path of the wicked, and do not walk in the way of the evil. Avoid it. Do not go on it. Turn away from it and pass on. For they cannot sleep unless they have done wrong. They are robbed of sleep unless they have made someone stumble. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. But the path of the righteous is like the light of dawn, which shines brighter and brighter until full day. The way of the wicked is like deep darkness. They do not know over what they stumble." What pops out at you in those?
Yeah, there's a lot there. Coming back to hear my son and accept my words, that the years of your life may be many. When we're young, we don't often think that the advice of our parents is going to be applicable to us in the next 5 or 10 years. Yeah. But 15 or 20 years down the road, guess what? You start sounding a lot like your parents did. And I think that's really important, that about wise words helping our family, and how that we're setting up our children for failure if we don't impart wisdom to our children. We cannot send them out into a world unprepared. And verse 12 kind of talks about how that by sharing wisdom with them, they don't need to worry about being hampered or stumbling. And just the other thing that really sticks out to me is clearly wisdom is hard to hold on to, because there's this idea of you need to keep it, you need to hold it, because it's easy to slip into foolish actions and activity. It's kind of default for humans, and also just about how it talks about right in verse 14, do not even enter the path of the wicked. Do not walk on the way of the evil. Avoid it. Don't start down this path. And then you'll avoid these. And then he talks about how that the gains of evil don't satisfy you, where he says in verse 16, they cannot sleep unless they have done wrong. They are robbed of sleep unless they have made someone stumble. They eat the bread and they drink this wine, and in later chapters we'll even hear about how they're not satisfied. That evil and wickedness is never ever satisfied. There's never enough, and it's it's the antithesis of wisdom.
Yeah.
You can never be satisfied with wisdom. There's always more wisdom to gain. And with wickedness and evil, there's always more wickedness and evil that you can do in order to try and be satisfied. And then we did go to verse 19, right?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yep.
And just about how I love this idea of the path of righteousness being a path of light, and how it shines brighter, brighter than the full day.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, think about that. You're in Arizona. There's hardly any clouds ever there. If you're outside at noon. I mean, can you think of anything that's brighter than being outside at noon? You really can't. So it's really. And it talks about how that wisdom, when, how it outshines the darkness of wickedness, right? The way of the wicked is like deep darkness, and that brightness can just penetrate it and keep you from stumbling down that path of wickedness.
Yeah. 14 through 17 stuck out to me a bit this time, in that, maybe specifically 16 and 17, talking about the path of the wicked. They can't sleep unless they've done wrong. They're robbed of sleep unless they've made someone stumble. 16, specifically is what jumped out at me. Because I was just trying to put myself in the headspace, of that person. And I was like, I can't bring to mind a memory where I've ever been in that place, but I have had many times where I've been on the road there, the road that could lead there, where someone has done something either that legitimately has wronged me, or that I just got my own junk in the mix, and so I am wrongly bitter toward them. But either way, I've been in places of having bitterness towards somebody, and it just keeps spinning in my mind, and it derails me from enjoying things, in resting in the non-sleep sense, and even in resting in the actual sleep, the sense of actual sleep, and so to me, I would say, if we can't relate to this idea of boy, I gotta see, it almost sounds like a cartoon villain. I gotta stay awake until I've made someone trip up, or something like that. Then I would say, well, dial that back and imagine the road that leads to that, And I think that road is the road of bitterness, and just stewing in our bitterness. And so, so that was a good reminder to me, that just all right, I need to forgive that guy in my mind again, I need to, Hey guys, Peter Franson here from christiangeekcentral.com and Spirit Blade Productions. For my 5th consecutive year, I'm participating in Extra Life, a charity event that raises funds to provide medical care for children in urgent need. I'm also leading the Christian Geek Central Extra Life team, which you're still welcome to join by following the link in the description below. Once again this year, I'm drawing attention to our team's fundraising by performing a 24-hour marathon of video gaming that I will live stream to youtube.com/Christian Geek Central and christiangeekcentral.com beginning 6 a.m. Pacific Time on Saturday, November 3rd. My goal is to raise $200 for my children's hospital. Our total team goal is to raise $700. You can donate on my page or any team members' pages by following the links below. You'll also find some incentives and rewards for donating to some of our team members. On my page, for example, for $5 or more, you can choose a topic to add to my +2 page of many topics that I'll be blabbing my opinions on during my live stream. For $10 or more, you get that previous reward and a download code for a free copy of the Spirit Blade Legacy Edition audio drama. For $20 or more, you get the previous rewards, and you can choose a game for me to play during my November 3rd live stream. You can pick a favorite of yours that's in my library, or torture me with something terrible or rage-inducingly difficult. For $30 or more, you get the previous rewards, and you can choose a song for me to sing during my November 3rd live stream. Pick an old favorite of yours or just make me humiliate and torture myself with something that nobody wants to hear. For $50 or more, you get all those previous rewards and you get a download code for every MP3 product at spiritblade.com. That's a $90 value. Now, on top of all that, I've set fundraising milestones that will unlock crazy events as I reach them in my personal fundraising. When I reach $200, I will have a free download day for everyone who visits spiritblade.com on November 7th this year. And every $50 beyond $200 unlocks more free audio dramas for that free download day. Along with free audio dramas, reaching milestones in my personal fundraising will unlock weird stunts that I will pull during my November 3rd live stream, like turning into a monster, reenacting a moment from a favorite horror movie, or playing intensely embarrassing home videos from my past. Now, there are some stipulations and time limits on those rewards and milestones, so quickly follow the link below to my fundraising page for all of the details. I hope you'll be a part of helping me and the Christian Geek Central team do some good for some kids who really need it. And then please join me at youtube.com/Christian Geek Central for my 24-hour video gaming marathon starting at 6 a.m. Pacific on Saturday, November 3rd. Hope to see you then.